Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great. So this is part 3 where we solve a little more tougher questions compared to part 1 and part 2. Okay, so let's start. Alright, so these questions are related to aggregate functions also. Okay, so the first question is find the total number of employees. Okay, which means select count of emp underscore id from my emp table. So this will give me the total number of employees. The table name is my emp table. So let's run this. Okay, so you have 106 employees. That is the reason why you're getting the output as 106. But now instead of giving it as count of emp id, just give it as employee underscore count. So this will improve the readability of your code. And sometimes when you're trying to take this extract into Excel, in that time also you don't have to open the Excel, change the names there. Okay, so just make all the necessary formatting here and it is done. So now the employee count is 106. The second question is find the highest salary. Okay, so select max of salary as highest salary from my emp table. Okay, so this will give me the maximum salary in the my emp table. Then you have find the lowest salary. Then definitely use minimum. So select min of salary as the name that we use is lowest salary. Okay, so this is as simple as that. So you will get the lowest salary from the my emp table, which is 2100. So now you have find the average salary. Okay, so the same way select avg. You don't have to write average, just write avg. Okay, average of salary as average underscore salary from my emp table. Okay, so if you run this, you will get the average salary of my emp table. Okay, then you have find the total salary paid to all employees. What does this mean? You have to take the sum of all salaries. So select sum of salary as total salary from my emp table. Okay, so now if you run this, you will get all the salary paid to the employees. So now find the total number of departments. Okay, so select count of department underscore id as total departments from my emp table. Let's run this now. Okay, so you're seeing 106. Okay, so isn't there something suspicious? If you check the first code that you have written and if you run this one, you see select count of employee ID. Okay, you get 106, right? So let me show this emp table. Okay, the total records are 106. Okay, right? But if you see the department ID, 90 is repeating so many times, 60 has come so many times, 100 is coming many times. But if you see here, find the total number of departments. So then it should give 1, 2, 3, something like that. It has to count 1 for each department, right? But here, how many departments it is telling you have? You have 106 departments, which is wrong. The reason is because it is trying to count row by row. Okay, but you want the distinct department IDs. In that case, what you will do, take distinct department ID and use that inside the count. All right, so if you run this, now you will see there are only total 11 departments. Okay, so please make sure you remember this distinct department ID in order to remove duplicates and then put a count on that. Okay, so now find the number of unique job IDs. So it's very simple. Select, count of job underscore ID from my emp table. So what this will give me, it will give me all the job IDs. So total 106 job IDs are definitely not there. We have some duplicates also. So here distinct job ID. So this will give me the unique job IDs, which is 19. For that, we'll put an alias as job underscore ID underscore count. Okay, something simple. So you have total 19 job IDs. Now Find the salary difference between the highest and lowest paid employee. Great. So first select EMP, okay, sorry, select star from my EMP table. Okay, so now let us run this. Now you have to find out the difference between the highest paid employee, which is 24,000, and lowest paid employee, which is 2,100. So you have to find the difference. How will you do that? Select max of salary. Select max of salary. Okay, minus minimum of salary as salary difference from my EMP table. That's it. So you're taking the max of salary minus the minimum of salary as salary difference from my EMP table. Okay, so you run, this is the difference, 24,000 minus 2,100, 21900 is the salary difference between highest and lowest paid employee. Okay, then you have to find the average salary of employees earning more than 10,000. So first condition is that the employee should earn more than 10,000. Okay, so first you have to do select star from my EMP table where the salary is greater than 10,000. Okay, so first of all, what this will do, it will filter all the cases wherever the salary is greater than 10,000. Now you have to find their average salary. So just give average salary as average underscore salary. Okay, so if you run this, you will get the average salary of employees who is earning more than 10,000. So the last question, find the total salary of employees working in department 90. For that, select star from my EMP. In that, employees working in department 90, where department underscore ID is equal to 90. Okay, so you have to find the total salary of employees. Instead of star, sum of salary as total underscore salary. Okay, so put a semicolon here. Now if you run this, you will see the total salary of employees working in department ID 90. Okay, so these are the level 3 questions. Alright, so if you're able to solve all of them, then definitely great job, right? So next will be the level 4 questions. They will get a little tougher than what we have here. And at any point, if you're not able to understand or if you're feeling it very overwhelming, please do not give up right now, okay? Because I know whenever we are explaining the topics, we'll just tell how the syntax works. But in real world scenarios or in interviews, the questions might get little trickier and they are difficult to understand also. That is the reason why I am making these videos, okay? So that you don't go blank face in an interview. Okay, so yeah, these are the type of questions that they will be asking in the interview. So please stay tuned and try to solve them. The more you solve, the more easier it becomes. If you solve a problem like this now, and if something similar comes, then you'll definitely understand, okay, this is how you have to solve the problem because you have done it before, right? So please give it some time. Do not quit early, right? So yeah, that's it for this video. Please stay tuned for the fourth part. Thanks for watching. Bye.